What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be talking about a rather serious issue. Ryan Shazier, if you guys are not familiar with him, Pittsburgh Steelers middle linebacker, he was, injured. It's like a weird type of scenario where he just didn't look like he tried to tackle the proper way, and he did have, some spinal injuries that he had to have surgery with. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is throughout the years with Madden tries to implement what actually goes on with the NFL, and they try to put it on the actual field. If you're somebody that's been playing Madden for a long time, back in the day, remember when big hits were like huge, where why is this guy's spin move so OP though? But the ambulance used to actually come out onto the field to pick you up. Like, it was promoted. Big hits were promoted, and that's Ryan Shazier. That's, he's actually, it kind of clicked with me because I was, he's on my team. I got the blitz version of him and stuff like that. And I was thinking about that. The NFL, they used to promote it a lot until this whole CTE thing came out and everything like that. But now they're getting a little bit more along the lines of anything you do is, how is he spin moving 4 or 5 guys? But anything you do, it's actually becoming a situation where it's a penalty or people are being suspended. A lot of the hits that are being delivered are actually the way that they're supposed to be doing it with the new guidelines, but because it looks a certain way, then it's not flying anymore. So the reason that I'm asking, about Madden 19 is because already with this year's the hit power and the hit stick mechanic, it's not the same thing. Yeah, it sounds like a Mack truck is smashing into a car, but they don't usually fumble. If you have it on conservative, it doesn't matter and stuff like that. And like I said, with the transition of the way things are going, we don't really know what EA Sports is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, 1 year they focus on something, like pretty much like, let's say for instance, like the tip picks, right? Like right there, deja vu. I'm pretty sure, like the video, if that happens to you every game, where it don't matter where it's tipped. As long as it's tipped, it could be on the ground, it could be outside the stadium, it could be in space. It's always an interception, right? So when they implemented the whole tip pick thing, that, we started to see it a lot in the NFL. Believe it or not, it's weird, right? Like the way that they put it in, and it started to aggravate everybody. But then you see a lot of tip picks happening week to week. So with the NFL trying to pull back on the actual big hits and stuff like that, I'm asking you guys, what do you think is going to happen in Madden 19? Because already it's a lot of things that's going on within the game. Like I'm showing you right now with the spin move. That's just really ridiculous because that doesn't make any sense what's going on. That you could spin move 19 guys and just keep going for 6. But that's something that they implemented in it, and we don't really see it. But again, if you got a guy with like Deion Sanders on my team, he has like a 40 or 50 hit power, and he causes more fumbles than Night Train Lane. So what I'm asking is, would it make sense for them to now start putting penalties in for big hits, aka the hit stick in Madden 19? Like, what do you think is going to happen for Madden 19? Because I'm really starting to become concerned that over the last 3 years, a lot of the same things that have been affecting the game is still affecting the game. They went from Madden 16 with the aggressive catch, being able to catch everything, to now you can't catch anything. They've created this whole situation where you could go, you throw the ball to people's bodies. I don't remember that happening in Madden 25. I think the through your body thing probably started in 16. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory. I don't remember exactly if it was, because Madden 25, I'll continue to say this, it required minimal tweaks. And they decided to go on a whole nother type of stratosphere with what they were doing, and it kind of destroyed the entire game plan. And the funny thing about it, guys are sliding around. The funny thing about it is the game itself wasn't that bad. Madden 16 at launch, it was the patch that really ruined it. Now you look at these big hits like that, right? It's sort of like this, right? You see, like with the NBA, Adam Silver didn't allow, you see, these kind of hits like that. That's what I'm asking you guys. Are we going to be able to still see that and be excited about getting those hits in Madden 19? But you remember, Adam Silver, I read an article about 2K, NBA 2K trying to implement, like how they fight on the court sometimes. 2K wanted to make that realistic to where you could actually fight on the court and you would get ejected. And I believe, based on what I read, that Adam Silver was against it and they didn't allow it to happen because they didn't want to promote the fighting. Even though it happens, this pushing, this shoving, stuff like that, they didn't want it in the game. So I don't remember, the NFLPA controls a lot of what EA Sports uses for their gameplay. So maybe they would probably ask them to tone it down. And then it's like, what are we doing now? Because remember, you guys probably like, yeah, it's just a video game. But if it's just a video game, why can't anybody catch the ball? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you're utilizing, like things like this. You see that spin move right there? Like, I've never ever in my life seen any athlete do that with like 3 or 4. Like Barry Sanders was very elusive. He wasn't doing any of the stuff that he's actually doing in this game. And yes, it's fun, and I don't really care about that because I just make sure I have 9 or 10 guys around him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna argue because you spin move 9 guys. I'm gonna rage uncontrollably, but I gotta accept what EA Sports has provided to us, and I gotta figure out a way for me to start doing that too. Like right there, he wanted to dive at me, but EA Sports won't allow him to do it. So he's just gonna run behind me like everything is okay for that entire time, and that's pretty much what he's gonna do. Then he's gonna get a bad timing drop pick, and it's gonna be tip picked to somebody else, and it's gonna be a tip with the tip of the tip. But then I get the whole tip. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on right now. So that's pretty much what I've been thinking about, like the future of Madden, because it seems impossible that they would continue to do the same thing for 3 years and get away with it, but it's realistic. Like, right, that's a predetermined pick. I didn't even have anything to do with that. The game decides when it's going to be an interception and when it's not going to be an interception. Doesn't matter about your user control. So going forward, I'm not really sure how they're going to counteract that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense with the way that they've been formatting the game. You know, like I said, I told you guys, if you guys watch my streams, shout out to everybody that's been coming to my YouTube streams and my Twitch streams. And guys, I'm going to start letting you guys know on YouTube when I'm going to be streaming on Twitch, and I need a lot of you guys to be in the building with me. All you guys all over the world that's coming to see my YouTube streams, I'm going to need you guys on Twitch as well. But, you know, I've been told by developers at EA Sports that I'm being negative when I'm pointing out specific things that are wrong with the game. Now, like I said before, it's not about, you know, disrespecting any EA developer, because I'm never disrespectful to them, but I talk about the game very, very aggressively because it's been a 3-year buildup of ridiculousness. Like, you can't keep being nice about it if it's the same thing that's happening every year. You know, at what point do you know, like, yo, what are you doing? Because being nice didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, being nice about everything didn't work. All you did was keep giving me the same thing. I keep telling you guys, Ike and Tina. You know, go look it up. Tina Turner. Tina Turner was like, yo, just keep blasting me, Ike. What would have happened? Like, bro, at some point, you got to fight back and say, look, you know what? This game right here, it doesn't make sense what's going on. So we have to figure out a way to fix certain things. So because of the fact that they've kind of dumbed the hit stick action down, and now 40 overall hit power dudes are hit sticking dudes and the ball is flying out, what's going to happen for the future now when the NFL is also talking about implementing a targeting rule like with college? Now, that would make absolutely no sense, but it's just up the, you know, that's something that the NFL would do because they do a lot of things that don't make sense. So it makes sense that they would do something like that to add a target rule. Now, what happens with Madden 19? Like, would they make it so that you could perform a hit that'll get you ejected? Because that's the kind of stupidness that's been going on. Why would you make a thing called bad timing user pick? You see what I'm saying? If you're lurking it and you're right there for the ball, what is going on that you're dropping the ball 4 or 5 times in competitive mode? You see what I'm saying? Like that in my opinion doesn't make any sense. And also, when you look at the catching attributes of the players that are dropping picks, that also doesn't make sense. But for some reason, people get upset when you try to address these things. Like, what are you guys doing? So these are the concerns that I'm thinking about going forward. And if I haven't said it already, as far as the whole thing with Ryan Shazier goes, like I tweeted maybe a couple days ago, I'm not concerned if Ryan Shazier ever plays football again. What I'm concerned about is him being able to have an everyday normal life. Whatever we consider normal, to do the regular basic things, to walk and do stuff like that. I'm not concerned right now with his football career. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see that man live and enjoy, you know, because once you lose certain things, like it doesn't really make any sense. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's like, okay, yeah, you got people around you that'll help you, but now, you know, most men, especially how he is, you know, his body, his workout, his ethic, you don't really want you don't want to be a burden to anyone. So that's what I'm really, you know, looking forward to. Hopefully something like that, to where he can come out and, you know, be able to move around, because once you start getting back operations, man, it's nothing ever, it's not really good. It's not really good, man. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that in there. I'm really thinking about him. And I don't know the guy, but it's just like, you know, you understand that they play such a violent sport, and this is why they get so much money, and people are so upset. Yo, bro, but doctors are not making this. Listen, bro, usually doctors are not out there, you know, at risk for death every time they go out to do whatever they do. And that's what these athletes go out to do for our entertainment. So that's the way the market works with that. And they should earn all that money that they, you know, that they're actually earning. But again, with the actual promotion of what the hit stick and the sound effects, because if it was all about the sound effects, you would think it was a fumble every time somebody got a hard hit. Like that hit right there, it sounds like a bunch of you know, like M80s going off on, you know, whatever, bro, like July 4th for Independence Day. Like, it's really, really crazy, the sound effects, but it doesn't make sense because it doesn't do anything. So what will be the new meta? Because remember, in 17, you have to have a certain level of hit power to cause a fumble. And that, in my opinion, was a lot more realistic or a lot more along the lines of what goes on in NFL than what's happening now. Now, I think they just don't even care anymore. I think they're like, you know what? That guy got a 10 hit power. Let him cause fumbles. Because there's no way that Deion Sanders should literally be causing more fumbles than Night Train Lane. It just doesn't make any sense. But again, I welcome you guys to come and join me at GmiasWorld on Twitter. On Twitter as well. But Twitch, when I'm live streaming, you do get an alert when I go live if you want it. I think automatically you get an alert for my YouTube stream, so you can see when I do stream Madden. To come and, you know, just come and check it out, because it's very interesting the things that continue to go on that is ignored. And as Madden continues to go on, you know, 19, 20, wherever it actually stops, we're gonna have a lot more of this action going on, because I don't think enough people understand that this shouldn't be going on. So I do think that they're gonna do something with the hit sticks. I do think they're gonna do something with it as far as like not making it look the way it, because they can't promote it anymore. You see what I'm saying? And the NFLPA, they're getting so much heat. And like I said, I look into this stuff and try to figure out exactly what they're trying to do, and it makes people scared. The same way back in the day in the NFL, dudes used to get, dudes got their legs broke, mad stuff. You know, Joe Theismann, stuff like that. LT was high. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. Bro, they weren't talking about, let's change the rule. It wasn't until the modern times right now with research going into this, and then they're saying that the guy, you know, people's brains are the age of a 90-year-old, all kind of stuff like that. That's what's going on right now. So, all in all, if you keep promoting the big hits in the gaming world, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't correlate with the NFL. And like I said, EA likes to, you know, make up stuff along the way. I don't know which way it will go. You see what I'm saying? Because that spin move right there, I'm going to guarantee you this. The spin move won't be like that in Madden 19 because everybody is raging about it. Barry Sanders and Mike Vick spin moves 9 guys minimum every time. It doesn't make any sense. It's no way that 9 people are going to be that stupid and have the brain of a dead rat and just, you know, just go away from you. It doesn't make any sense. But again, I love it because if I'm you guys, and like I tell all my subs and my subs only, we're going to do what EA Sports gives us the opportunity to do. And I'm going to let you know. If you can get yourself a Barry Sanders and do that to somebody, especially me, do it. Because it's in the game. That's what it's all about right now. So I want you guys to have fun and do it. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that I'm not going to suggest to do it just because I don't like it. Like I suggest to you guys, if cover 4 drop works, do it. But it's a bum D, and I'm about to be releasing some videos about how to stop it also. I want to thank you guys and girls for joining me. It's GmiasWorld. Make sure to give me a follow on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. Make sure you drop a like. See you guys and girls next time. One love.